What up, boxing world? JF Sports, and I'm back here with Shane Mosley wanting the next opponent. Well, Shane Mosley, as you guys know, knocked out Mayorga last night, and it was on the 6th round. It was a body shot, and some say it was impressive. Some say that we don't really know and we can't tell whether Mosley is back, but in Mosley's mind, he is back. I mean, for real. He's actually starting to name some future opponents to include Juan Manuel Marquez or Kell Brook. Now, those are big fights. The fight with Marquez, I'm really surprised though that actually Mosley and Juan Manuel Marquez never got in the ring. You know, they're pretty much in the same era, identical record. I mean, they fought the same opponents, you know, Mayweather, Pacquiao, and all that stuff. But no, they have never been inside the ring together. But he wants that fight. And I personally think that that fight is going to be huge. Now, whether it is going to be explosive or a big drama show, well, that's up in the air. But for sure, fans would support it. And yes, you guys know, we will watch it. But would Mosley's performance against Mayorga last night enough to be competitive against somebody like Kell Brook? Now that's a big question. Now I know that Mosley wants all these big fights, and contrary to popular belief, a lot of people just saying that Mosley wants these big fights because it's bigger payday. You know, he cashed out a little bit against Mayorga, but like he said before, he said he missed the boxing, he missed the fans, he missed the crowd, and he misses the sport. Period. So he's back, and he's not going to retire until further notice. And yes, he is actually wanting a fight against Juan Manuel Marquez. Well, like I said, Juan Manuel Marquez has suffered, I believe, a knee injury, and he's still recovering from that. And some say that Marquez don't want to fight no more, you know. But Marquez, he's got some fights in him still left, you know. Now, I don't suggest Marquez fighting somebody like, you know, Kell Brook and all that stuff, Keith Thurman, you know. Maybe a rematch with Bradley, try to, you know, retaliate from that loss. But with Mosley and Marquez getting in the ring for the first time, I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be a lot better than Mayorga versus Mosley, you know. But Mosley wanting big fights out there, you know, such as a young opponent like Kell Brook and an explosive fighter, a knockout artist, undefeated champ. I mean, anybody can get anybody, you know, on a good day. And anybody can get inside the ring with anybody just for the payday. But would Shane Mosley actually get a shot at winning against Kell Brook? You know, that's a very big question. Yes, a lot of people said that Mosley was in very good shape, you know, especially last night when he faced Mayorga. He's cut up, he's in shape. Yeah, he didn't make weight and all that stuff, but he was still in shape. And some say that Mosley's health conditions and shape was better than some of the young fighters that we've seen lately. But like I said, sometimes age does matter, and fighting somebody like Kell Brook that he wants, that's really dangerous. Not only, you know, for his career, for his health. You know what I'm saying? He can get brain damages and stuff like that, you know, because we all know Kell Brook, he can punch. You know what I mean? He can knock people out. But against Juan Manuel Marquez, I am not knocking him for that at all. You know, hell, I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, Mosley fight Manny Pacquiao again. But those are the fighters in his era, you know. Identical resumes, identical opponents and stuff like that. I get it. But when he start talking about, you know, Kell Brook, hell, I think he's kind of pushing it overboard. You know, he might get knocked out there. But that's what he wants. So, as a matter of fact, Shane Mosley had said that the only reason why he came back to the sport is because he really missed it, and being working as a boxer. And that's all he's ever known since he can remember, and that's what he came back to the sport. Now, like I said, I give him all the props and all the credit in the world for winning against Mayorga, but we all know Mayorga isn't really the opponent that would test your abilities, whether you can continue your career in boxing to where you're at now, to the age as you're at now, But I don't know, man. But Shane Mosley said that, quote unquote, personally, I would like to fight Juan Manuel Marquez next. He is a legend on my level and a fighter, so it will be a good show. Either Marquez or I will like to fight Kell Brook and snatch that belt from him. That's what Mosley said. Can he really snatch that belt away from Kell Brook? Hell, that's a tough fight. It is going to be a good payday, like I said, but man, I don't see Mosley winning that fight. Now with Marquez, I can see him winning that. That's a competitive fight. That fight could go either way. Marquez could win against Mosley, and Mosley could win against Marquez, because, like I said, they're from the same era. They've fought the same opponents. Practically same age. I mean, it's even Steven. A young, still hungry, and undefeated record with very, very solid punch and a very, very good, accurate puncher like Kell Brook. That's really tough. I don't suggest that from him, for health concerns and stuff like that. But if that's what he wants, hey, would you watch the fight? I don't know. You know what I mean? Would actually Kell Brook take that fight? I guess if the price is right. But I think Marquez should take that fight. Should take up Mosley for that fight. He wants Marquez. Hell, if I was Marquez, I'd like, all right, man, let's cool. Let's go fight. Let's give the fans some show and make some big bucks off of it. Make it like late this year or something. Like December. But we don't know about Marquez's injury at the moment, or where he stands. He still got to train up, still got to talk to his bosses and stuff like that. But if they really want to make that happen, as Mosley is really vocal about it, I'm sure Marquez already got the message. I mean, it's all over social media now that Marquez is calling out Marquez. That Mosley's calling out Marquez or Kell Brook. I'm sure they've already gotten the message. So let me know what you guys think about Mosley's future plans as opponent to fighting Marquez and or Kell Brook. Drop me a comment, and as always, thanks for watching JF Sports.